Alright, so the other day I got a video on my recommended, which was really interesting to me. It was a Shino Numa playthrough, or I assume probably the guy's first time playing through Shino Numa on World at War, and he was with his friends. It was uploaded in 2009, so it has 2009 quality, but it's a really interesting video, not only because like it's kind of a time capsule, but it's also really interesting because of this one part right here.
I hear some angry fucking dogs!
So what you just heard was, from what I've gathered from the comment section on the video, an early or just a PS3 exclusive Hellhound round beginning noise. So pretty much the difference is just a wolf's howling, and though it may seem really minor, I think it's really cool, and I think it probably could have stayed in the game and it would have been really cool, but whatever. But yeah, so I decided I wanted to port this into the Black Ops 1 PC version, and yeah, so I went around looking for this audio file and I just could not find it, so I decided I'll try to rip it from the game myself. So I went into the World at War PC version to see maybe if it was left in the game files, and for some reason on the PS3 version they just forgot to, I don't know, take it out or remove it or whatever. But interestingly enough, it is not in the PC version, or at least I couldn't find it. I looked through all the audio files, but I couldn't find it, so either it's not in the PC version, or maybe the audio bit is two separate sound effects, so the wolf howling is one sound effect and the intro is another, which is a pretty big possibility, but I was just not able to find it. And after unsuccessfully trying to decompile the PS3 version, which I have no experience doing, and YouTube guides were not very helpful, or at least for me, so yeah, I just gave up and I decided I'll remake it. But one thing I didn't mention was when I was looking through the PC files, I actually found two more unused dog wave sound effects, and I was just like mind blown. I mean, these weren't anything new that people have never heard before, because I was able to search it up and found a YouTube video with these songs, but it was still really interesting. And one of them is a soundbite from The One, which is the Easter egg song for Shino Numa, that would supposedly play at the beginning of a dog wave. So yeah, and then the other one was much more interesting. It was this really cool heavy guitar track that I've never heard before, so I decided I'd put those in as well, and I decided I'll just remake the PS3 sound effect. So I was able to remake it by just taking the original sound, like the Hellhound wave beginning sound, and then throwing on top some wolf howls, which I was able to get from the game files, just because there's a ton of audio bits of the dogs, howling, doing all their sound effects. So I just took one of those that sounded like it was relatively close to the original. So yeah, here is that in game. So I think I got fairly close. Obviously, it's not 100% accurate. You can kind of tell a difference. But yeah, obviously, here's the other two. So yeah, aside from the one being like kind of a little too quiet, it's definitely harder to hear than the heavy guitar or the other one. but I still think they turned out pretty cool. So if you want to put these in your bo1, I put it downloaded in the link in the description. I think it's pretty cool.